G'day everyone. So, first of all, it's been over a week since I got back from Taipei, so I'm feeling like a little sloating off the foot. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to mount the thing. Yeah, I'm sort of getting back into the swing of things. I had plenty to catch up on when I got back. So, has it been 1 week or two? I think it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. So things have been a little bit crazy because obviously we're in the middle of, not obviously, I haven't actually said this in the blog, I shared it in a Patreon post. So Tom is no longer with us, not in the rest his soul way. He's moved on to other things and we're very, very grateful to have had him and we wish him all the best. And we'll probably see him around too. So obviously all of our love to Tom, and I know a lot of you have enjoyed having him here as well in the content. But I'm in the process of going through recruitment at the moment to fill in the role that was Tom's and also prior to that, Gareth. In the meantime, Gareth is actually popping in a day or two a week to help out, which is a huge help. So that's really what's taking up a lot of my time, trying to get the content ball rolling and also keeping on top of edits and managing all that while recruiting. So I've been a little bit all over the place. The other thing that's kept me extremely, extremely busy is the thing I wanted to make this vlog about because I'm very excited. This has been over a year in the making, and it's a very niche, very nerdy thing, and I couldn't be more excited. This is the alpha, the very first, the 1.0.0 version of our role-playing system, Gateway Roleplay. Dave and I have been developing this along with the help of some of the people who roleplay with us on Tabletop Time Roleplay to make this playable and as fun as possible. We've play tested in so many different ways, like PAX last year. So this has been almost 2 years in the making actually, because PAX last year we had a very, very early version that we had play tested at PAX. We got some great feedback. And in the different campaigns we've been playing in Tabletop Time Roleplay, we've been testing different things and building out a bunch of different areas of the game. You know, in what was I going to say? In our 40k campaign, we were testing sort of abilities and ranged combat and that sort of thing. In our Call to Quest campaign, we were testing again some more of the earlier medieval combat, so the classic D&D stuff. In our latest Pokemon campaign, especially because Pokemon, we were testing things like summons and companions. So it's been really fun because as we've developed it, we've been able to test the features that we've wanted to develop, but at the same time test its malleability with different properties, because the goal for this roleplay system is actually to make it fit everyone's tabletop, and we're really excited with how it's working so far. Now, our launch version, the core rulebook, is basically going to be like a Dungeons and Dragons-esque version, like it will be an adventure for you know, medieval fantasy style role-playing, but the system itself and the way that we've structured, even just flicking through here, like the way we've structured weapons, the way, I know none of this will make any sense going through it like this, but the way we've structured weapons, abilities, loot, all that stuff is really, really cool, and we're really proud of it. I'm just so excited. So the patrons for Tabletop Time Roleplay get early access to this, and it's going out now, along with so the password will be sent out to patrons in a post along with a link for where to get it, and then that will be updated over time as we add more features. That includes the core rulebook, the cheat sheets, which I've got laminated because we're going to be using these in our role playing, the character sheets, which I have filled in for my character for Lucha Vera. I'm probably going to refill it in to be a little nicer because I've got like pizza sauce and stuff on it. But anyway, I'm very excited, and it's also got a very work in progress Game Master's Guide, which will fill out with like homebrewing guides and templates and blank cards and all that stuff, and a card sheet. So the way Gateway works, it's really interesting. I'm biased, but the way the game works, there's lots of different parts of the game, but one of the core elements of the game are these abilities. So you basically you can make your own class character class type. We don't sort of say, hey, you have to be a wizard, you have to be a fighter. It's sort of like, what do you want to do? Figure out what you want to use. So if I want to be like a mage with a sword, I need to figure out what am I going to use to channel my magic. I need a focus, so maybe it'll be a wand or a staff or something. My other hand, I'll have a sword. And if I'm trained in both of those things, I can get any of the abilities in that area of training. And the more trained you are, the more abilities you can get. And then we've built it out so it's sort of like cards in that while you can use the cards, all the abilities are in the rule book, but the cards make it really easy because then you can be like, I'm going to use these abilities. You kind of build a hand and you're like, these are the things that I can do. And then you kind of have that in front of you. And it's one of the things that I loved the most at PAX is that I saw the cards went over really well. People really like having the cards of the things they can do. And some people arrange them differently, but everyone seemed to really enjoy anchoring to that, which is great because I feel the same. So it makes it really, really fun. They're not required, but they're going to be a part of the core experience. If you're interested in this, go check it out. You can't go check it out unless you're a Tabletop Time Roleplay patron. So I will actually link to that in the description, and I would encourage you to become a patron. It's not like $3 or whatever. And the other thing too is like you don't have to stay a member. You can just get access, download it, and leave if you want to. But it's work in progress, and we're actively developing this every week. We're actively getting feedback from the community every couple of weeks to a month or so. So it's very much a conversation. I'm really enjoying having community feedback as we develop it. We've been doing that for almost a couple of years now, and it's been going really, really well. And it's just beginning. Like we're about to like put this out there for the first time, and there's so much here that even in its infancy really feels like we've got something pretty special happening. And I was pretty nervous too in the early stages of developing this. It's sort of like, is this stupid? Like, obviously co-created Cogent Roleplay, which has been beloved. It's been sort of downloaded almost 20,000 times by people. Just a free modular role-playing system, a similar idea in terms of what it wanted to serve, but just not very robust, not very clearly structured. And Gateway is the answer to that. It's really easy to get into, but really meaty and crunchy in terms of like how everything's built to be built upon. And I'm really excited about that. So as I was saying, yeah, I was nervous about something like this having any sort of marketability or sellability. And just a couple of weeks ago, the Dungeon Coach, a fellow YouTuber who does like D&D supplement content, a lot of like D&D material on YouTube, has 60,000 subs, just released his own roleplay system based on a D20 system. It's called DC20. And it's got over like 1.7 million, at least AUD, but like it's got a huge amount of backing, which is awesome. Like that's such good news. It's like to see something like that succeed so much is like, okay, great. People have an appetite for this kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be Dungeons and Dragons. You can do your own thing now and people are open to that. And I think I'm very pleased to have seen that. And it shows me that even though this will probably take a couple more years to put together in any sort of meaningful way before we can kickstart anything, I feel like we're heading in the right direction, and it makes it feel like there's some hope there, which is good too. So anyways, if you're interested, let me know in the comments if you play systems other than D&D. I'd be really curious on your feedback. What is it that has moved you away from D&D? What have you been looking for? And what do you look for in a system? Or if you're a D&D player, why do you stay? Why do you play D&D? Is it just because everyone plays D&D? There's this community, there's this atmosphere around it, which I totally understand. And what would it take to have you really consider trying something different? What would, let's say, game designers like Dave and I need to provide to make it too tempting to not try a new system like Gateway Roleplay? That's what we want to know. That's it for this vlog. I'm really excited. We're about to go stream on Tabletop Time Roleplay, so I'll link that in the description too, because we're going to be going through this in the stream. So if you're curious, even though you can't access the actual thing, come tune into the stream and you'll sort of get a clearer idea of it and know if it's something you want to check out or not. Otherwise, I will get back on the bandwagon in terms of questions of the day. So leave your questions with the Q and the colon down below. that's it for now, and I'll see you later.